So tonight is this is about the bicentennial of the town of Amherst. Being the largest town in New York State outside of the boroughs of New York City. As the museum of the largest town in the state, we're so proud that we can do what we're doing because of the town of Amherst. What we're doing here is we're sort of reliving and honoring all those people for the past 200 years who have made this place so exciting.
We did a lot of work in the town of Amherst. We built the 4-rink ice facility, which is now known as the Northtown Center. We also built a new state-of-the-art senior center because the senior center we had was outdated, it wasn't handicapped accessible. We created the first state park in the town of Amherst. The town of Amherst contributed $2.5 million and the state contributed $2.5 million.
Tonight is very, very special. There's so much art here, there's so much culture, there's so many wonderful people who are heading this distinctive town, Amherst.
The Bicentennial Commission's been absolutely wonderful. They've done a tremendous amount of events throughout the year. I can't thank them enough for embracing this town's history, its legacy, and its heritage, and really bringing to light a number of pieces that would otherwise be lost to history.
It's a very historic event, and there's going to be a lot of celebrating tonight, and we are going to celebrate the fact that this is such a great town. It has everything to offer, from people that work here, people that go to school here, people that live and play here. It's a wonderful place to be. It's a wonderful place to be this evening, and I'm just very happy to be a part of it and to celebrate with the other 120,000 residents of the town of Amherst. First of all, it's great to be here tonight. What I would like everybody to do is please raise their glass. It is an honor for me to be included and to be invited with you here this evening as we celebrate the 200th anniversary of the town of Amherst. We are blessed to live in one of the, if not the, finest towns in New York State and in all of America. This is a great place to work. This is a great place to live. This is a great place to recreate and a great place to raise our families. So, on behalf of all of the residents and the citizens of the town of Amherst, let's raise our glass and say cheers and cheers. Cheers. Thank you very much.
On behalf of Buffalo Niagara Heritage Village, on behalf of our Board of Trustees, the best staff in the world, our sponsors, and everyone who makes this place run, thank you and welcome. Buffalo Niagara Heritage Village, formerly the Amherst Museum, formerly the Amherst Colony Park. Did I miss one? We're still here, healthier than ever, renewed support with our leadership, and let's talk about our leadership from the state to the county to the town to all of you. It takes a community to raise a town just as much as it takes a community to raise a museum. And I honestly feel every time we do an event like this, whether it's the Kentucky Derby Hat Show or the Holiday Tea or the Taste of Christmas Pass, there's so many things we do where I see so many of you, and it's because of your support, you coming here and supporting this town, making it a great place to live, to build your business. We want to be here to give you and all your people and relatives and everyone a little place to go to enjoy yourselves and to preserve 200 years of history.
I was exposed to a poem probably when I was in high school, back in the Paleolithic era, by Stephen Spender. And he references Greek mythology, a character in Greek mythology whose name was Icarus. Icarus wanted to share the ability to fly, and he came up with this idea that if he put together bird's feathers and wax, he could make wings, and he could fly. Stephen Spender is the poet. Near the snow, near the sun, in the highest fields, see how these names are faded by the waving grass and the streamers of white cloud and whispers of wind in the listening sky. The names of those who in their lives fought for life, who wore at their hearts the fire center. Born of the sun, they traveled a short while toward the sun and left the vivid air signed with their honor. Icarus's mistake was he flew too close to the sun, and the sun melted the wax, and therefore he could no longer fly. But everyone who's here tonight traveled a short while toward the sun, and you have all left the vivid air signed with your honor. Thank you.
I send my greetings to those celebrating the 200th anniversary of the town of Amherst, New York. For 200 years, the town of Amherst has contributed to the unique American story of freedom and democracy. I am grateful to your community's enduring spirit, which strengthens our nation, honors our past, and ensures the promises of American greatness for the future generations. Melania joins me in sending our best wishes for a joyous celebration. Donald Trump, President of the United States.
I'm proud to be here tonight, and I want to thank everybody, first of all, on the committee who's made this bicentennial celebration really a wonderful year-round event. Here we are, in September of our 200th year. We don't look a day over 150. I had an opportunity to bring my daughter to this museum a few months back, and she was looking at some of the photos and looking at some of the pictures of Amherst from the early days, and she looks and she says, "Is that Clarence?" And I hesitated and said, No, what you see here is a demonstration of how fast this world can change. Because if you think about it, 200 years really isn't that much time. But in 200 years, this town became the 4th largest population west of the Hudson, right? Bigger than the city of Albany. We have one of the most robust economies, not only in Western New York, but in all of upstate. And we're seeing now an opportunity for change, again, change. As our big box retail and office environments fade, we are in the process this year of rediscovering ourselves. And what a great opportunity to do that, to celebrate your 200th year, your 200th anniversary, and to be able to project forward a new vision for the town of Amherst. So if you haven't participated yet with us, I invite you all to participate. On behalf of my board members, many of whom are here tonight, we want to thank everybody in this room for your dedication to the town of Amherst, and we look forward to the next 200 years, the excitement of the future. Thank you all.
There's so many people here, as I look around the room, who have played such an important role in the town of Amherst, certainly over the last few decades, but have such a huge impact in the last 200 years of this town, and continue to dedicate their time and energy to making this community the wonderful place that it is. I was thinking about bicentennials and words that are spoken and speeches that are given, and I look back to our nation's bicentennial in 1976, and I found some words from President Ford on that July 4th, 1976, that he gave at Independence Hall in Philadelphia, and this quote jumped out at me. And I quote here, "It is fitting that we ask ourselves hard questions even on a glorious day like today. Are the institutions under which we live working the way they should? Are the foundations laid in 1776 and 1789, or 1818 for our sakes, still strong enough and sound enough to resist the tremors of our times? Are our God-given rights secure? Are our hard-won liberties protected?" End quote. So as we continue Amherst Bicentennial celebration this evening, let's also continue to ask ourselves those hard questions that President Trump, where was that President Ford spoke about that day, and let's strive together to build an even brighter future upon that strong foundation that has been laid down for us this past 200 years. And as we embark on the town of Amherst's 3rd century, let's make sure that whoever is here to celebrate our tricentennial that they can look back as we have today and be thankful for the work that we have done to make Amherst such a special place to live, work, and raise a family. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening, everyone.